Why Davido? Who organized the last show that Mohbad went to, where they went to advertise a particular drink? Cubana chief priest. What has the police asked him? What have Cubana said so far concerning Mohbad's issue? This is getting interesting. If Wunmi is trying to turn our attention away from her, that we should look into the industry, yes, she is the prime suspect. Because if she is not the one, then she knows who the person is. You understand? She knows who the person is. Now, she's telling us industry. The music industry? Is it the movie industry? What are you referring to? The industry. The industry. Then, if we are looking into the industry now, it is so simple. It's so simple. Then we have to start from David. Let's start from Davido. Then if we are able to start from Davido, from there we move. He is the one who eventually sent a sum of 2 million naira with instruction that the money should be used for Mohbad's burial, according to the receiver of the money and the receiver of the instruction. Darusha said, and I quote, that he told Daddy Mohbad that the 1 million naira he sent to him is not meant for him to spend, but to build fence, because the money was instructed for Mohbad's burial. Who instructed them to bury Mohbad? Who is the person in that industry that doesn't want us to get justice for Mohbad? Then when we start from the person who gave us 2 million naira for Mohbad's burial with instruction, then from there we may get to the roots. From there we may get to the roots. We may get to the roots. From there we may get to the roots. We want to know, why did they want Mohbad's spirit to remain burial? After being buried, they never want the spirit to come out to light again, not to talk of the spirit running after them here and there. But funny enough, man proposes, but God disposes. They are able to bury the body with all the aroma of the jazz, all the beautiful cooking of the fried rice and everything. And after everything being concocted together and being put together, and they buried the boy with those things. If anybody tells you Juju know the work, then I say never reach where the one with the work do. Do you want to tell me that the pots being planted in Mohbad grave, people know did here, but nobody fit see them? When she went there to drop the white clothes with the thing inside, people no see them, nobody feel complain now. African magic. African magic. African magic. It is real. Extremely real. And when she was questioned at the inquest, is it true you threw a white clothes on the coffin? She said yes. And what is it meant for? She said it is meant for protection. There comes the title of today's program. Again, medicine after death. Medicine after death. Now, What about the pot in that grave? What about the pot in that grave? Who put it there? What are we looking at? Who is the person who planted all this shit? CY is absolutely there, 100% on ground. They placed the pots at the edge of Mohbad. That is the white clothes on top of the coffin. And that is the pot beside the coffin. People were there, but they will not be able to talk. They won't even see it. This is real African magic. Look at the cloth on top of Mohbad's coffin. When she threw it there, people were looking at her. The pastor was even standing there. People were many looking at her, but nobody will open his or her mouth to complain that what is this meant for, or why did you do this? African magic. African magic. African magic. I'll still come out to tell people more about this sport. I'll still come out to tell people more about this clothes and what it's the peak with the clothes, what it's meant for. And what is the reason why Darusha needs to pour sand on Mohbad? He was trying to hide his face while pouring the sand. You understand? We are coming out to know all these things. Wọ́n lè rí wa pa, ẹgbẹ́ náà máa ń pa wọn kì í pàwọ́. Arífánlá jogún ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ àgbà. Mo ti di iná orí epo tó ń jó pẹ̀lú kanra. Mo ti di ọmọ owú, àgbétì fọmọ òjọ́. Mo ti di abẹfẹ́lẹ́ tó ń gé wọn níbi tí ó ti ṣoje. Èmi ni àgbà ọmọràn tí ó pe múgùn ní wèrè. They will only try. They can't shut us up. They can't distract us. We'll focus. Àfitáyé ò bá jáyé mọ́. Àfitéyìn ò bá jéèyàn mọ́. Tẹ́dàn ò gbélé ayé mọ́. Ó dijọ́ tó dúró ẹ̀dán bá fọ́ lédì. Ó dijọ́ títí ẹ̀dán bá di. Ó dijọ́ táwọn ọmọ ńlá níporó yóò bá kàrámẹ́ ẹ̀dán mọ́. But in as much time she, they will only try. God passed them. God passed them. God passed them. I think NDY Naiji, I've been a Niger. NDY. I think she is here before Uncle B. I'm going to give her 3 minutes because the time is far spent. NDY, NDN.
ND.
Ma?
ND Naji. That's in the
Okay, ND. Yes. ND Naji. Okay. I prefer calling that Naji.
Okay.
Okay. You're welcome, ma. Sorry for the wrong pronunciation. No mind me. You know, she say I get my kids.
No.
I'm from Edo State, but they claim Ibadan at times. People know they argue me, and they claim Ibadan, so they know they argue me because of my Yoruba content and all, even my look. Over to you, ma, for the next 3 minutes before I give the floor to Uncle B. You're welcome, ma.
Okay. Thank you. So what the Queen of Energy said about Darusha. I think what gave that boy the power is the mother of Mohbad. Because if not the way she handled Mohbad right from day one, that boy wouldn't have penetrated that much to the extent of taking that boy's life, and the mother is siding him or covering his brother instead of fighting for his son. Likewise, that of Wunmi. Although in Igbo land, I don't know of that Yoruba. If it was an Igbo person that this thing happened to, by now, Wunmi would not get over the shock of what the family of that boy would do to her. That is one. So about Darosha, I don't really know if it was envy or jealousy that made him to sold his brother, just like Ken and Abel. But all I know is that whatever man sowed, he or she will reap. If purposely that he did this out of jealousy, and Wunmi and the mother and Adura were there looking at him, and they could not say anything about it, and even the police also are not even doing a great job. The way they are handling the matter, I don't just understand to my own person. Because they even allow Nigerians to take decision on their own concerning this. Maybe these 4 people would have gone down. But since government put hand, we only pray and hope that God, on his own infinite mercy, will grant Mohbad the justice that he deserved. They're talking about the white clothes in our place, unlike when we buried my own mother. After the burial, just like a mutant, they went and break a bottle on the head side. They used the cover of the bottle to pack sand and cover it and place it on top of the sand where they buried her. Not until my junior brother went and asked, they said the person that did that killed her, packed some sand there, make some incantation and cover her spirits. So we have to do everything possible means to open it and allow the spirit to fight. And now the man is suffering it. So in that of Mohbad, all those things, even how can a young boy like that died upon all the house that he had is and the justice we must get. That is to my own contribution. I have nothing much to say other than this.
Alright, Ms. Nnaji, thank you very much for that beautiful submission. It's a very good one, and all that, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Either they like it or not, the justice must prevail. And we are bringing their eye out, because by their finger and their capability, we shall know them. My brothers, we don't remember those things where we do Lala Turuku, Uncle B, Turupepe. No. By their fingers and we shall. All I'm very carried to congratulate they are down below. These ones, to God Eledumare, I have Richalanda. Let us go by the way of Kanrijirais Nawali. In the way of gyration. Let me go straight to Uncle B, my brother from another mother. Lagata, I cite you. Send in your request, Lagata.
Good afternoon from here. Good afternoon from here. Thomas sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ pèsè jẹ, eléyìí pèsè jẹ. Ah, no. Ayé tuntun, ayé àkàmọ́ra. This is hilarious. I don't know where to start. I'm shivering right now that Gen Z can carry out they can execute this kind of situation. It's so alarming. I will start with Wunmi. Wunmi is my number one prime suspect. Number one prime suspect. Wunmi was the one that sent those Darusha and, in my own opinion, please, Darusha and whoever bought the casket. She was the one that gave them the white sheet and whatever they're supposed to seal in the casket. So if she wasn't the one, when the man said he's not going to seal it in the casket, why did they give it back to Wunmi? So Wunmi was the main person that really does not want us to get justice. She felt by the time they put that thing in the casket, the spirit of Mohbad will not be able to haunt them. That was why they gave it back to her. Then number two, I'm still not comfortable with Prime Boy. I still find Prime Boy a suspect. Because why is it that you are coming on the day that Mohbad was supposed to go and perform at the party? And at the end of the day, you now went to Cubana Priest. What transpired between you and Cubana Priest? When you went to Cubana Priest, you went with your bag. And when you entered the SUV, you went inside the SUV with your bag. Why did you forget your bag? What was inside your bag that you forgot? I want to believe if it's not the white sheets, I'm stand to be corrected. Now, why did you now call Wunmi the second day that I forgot my bag? That's my own opinion. And Wunmi now told you that don't come for now. To me, don't come for now means the deed has been done. We don't need you. If they drill him very, very well, he will say a lot. There's a connection between Wunmi and Prime Boy. That's what my spirit is telling me. Maybe those music industry people in the likes of Davido or whatever we've been talking about since, maybe they use that particular party because I was told that Mohbad was not invited initially. It was an impromptu program. Then why did Wunmi follow them to the party? That mo ti tẹ̀lé wá o, iṣẹ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ rán mi o, mo ti ready àti jẹ́ o, ẹni tó máa wá gbà nǹkan yẹn lọ́wọ́ yín leléyìí o, I'm in the car. I stand to be corrected. That's my own opinion. Then number three, Lifestyle has been lying all this while. All of them has been lying. I want to believe they are under a particular oath that nobody should talk. Like we said, I know a lot, but they won't let me speak. What are you hiding? What are you hiding, Wunmi? What are you hiding? And you call this guy maybe your baby father. And you can't even expose situation of the wicked to your husband. That one they want to kill you. Is that how you run to? So if truly you love this guy, and you waited until the end of this guy, and you are giving us different narratives all this while. Number four, I want to come to the level of the very dark man. Please be pinpointing it one by one. The initial stage when Yabo just started giving, she's trying to give us high energy, everybody was interested in this case and blah, 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 blah. Very dark man came on board and gave us some narratives. Not quite up to 2 weeks after, we saw very dark man in the midst of Cubana priest and Davido? What connects them together? Kilo Pawon Po. Not quite long, they invited him to Lagos. They gave him a very nice hotel and stuff like that. Ever since, Very Dark Man has been rising. He went to London. He's in London right now. Took a picture with took a picture with Davido. What is going on that we don't even understand? So I want to say the whole thing is about cabals. It's cabals. Group of cabals connecting together, using Wunmi to execute the task. That is what I observed here. And if, God forbid, it's not going to happen to me and my generation, if it happens to be Baba Mohbad, justice without no justice, I will first of all arrest Darusha. Why should you embalm your son without your consent? That has nothing to do with justice. Baba Mohbad is not supposed to be so slow like that. This has nothing to do with justice. I will first of all arrest Darusha. I did not ask you to do things to your son or whatever like that. You will first of all arrest him and torture him wickedly. He is going to say a lot. Then you now come to the level of Wunmi. This is not justice. This is a family situation right now. I am arresting them in my own personal angle. Justice will be done later. And I want to say, this is a lesson learned. In fact, it's so traumatic, and I can't get off of this. How can a 26-year-old boy embalm somebody? You are not even afraid of a dead body. When we were young, if I see a dead body, I won't be able to sleep for months. If I'm eating, I will be seeing the face, I'll be seeing the cotton wool. And people of this age, 26-year-old, embalming a dead body and put him under the staircase. Kini Mohbad ṣe fún yín tó tó báyìí. Ti ẹ ṣàánú ògo ayé ẹ ṣàánú ọmọ tẹ́ sọ pé ó bí. Why are you people so wicked and callous and terrible and wicked? I don't even know the kind of adjective I'm going to use at this point anymore. And you kept mute all this while. And Nigerian police did not do the right thing at the right time. Those people are going to club. They are even going to the studio to go and sing. They are living their normal life while you are picking people that you are not supposed to pick. Nigeria is a mess. Nigerian police, they are a mess already. No. In fact, if anybody is trying to go back to Nigeria, they should think twice, because they will just waste you. They will just kill you endlessly. With what I've heard this morning, man, Wunmi cannot go scot-free. Wunmi is the prime suspect to me, followed by Darusha, followed by everybody in that house, then the people that organize the party. Because up until now, they've not said anything. They've not said anything. They're supposed to arrest everybody culpable and torture them wicked. I don't even know whether they still torture people in Nigeria anymore. They're supposed to... Short of word. Thank you, Arifa, for having me. This is crazy.
Well, Uncle B, don't let it seem somehow. Yeah, it is crazy though, but at times I always remember this track. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. I always remember that track. And it's like the way is now being made where there seems to be no way. Because people don't really understand the pain of the public. Justice Justice must prevail. Some people don't even know that Darusha is this, Darusha is that. And now they don't really know. But so far so good. I know some new people must have come in. Is it come or came? Or this one a big English? Let me just recap what the issue is. A few days back, I am at where Mohbad's casket has been sold. Where Mohbad casket is being bought by Darusha, Bami, and OG. And we had a lot. How much is the casket being bought? How much? A sum of 43,000 naira. The seller said about 50k, but he says no. He's not going to pay up to that 40k. They are now kind of, dragging, negotiating after receiving a sum of 2 million naira. And to be frank, the most funniest part of this whole situation is they are begging the sellers to at least, please, help us put African magic inside this thing. Most so and put. Why them no go? And these are the things that was later being brought to this yard here, where the body has been laid to rest. You can all see the white clothes here. It's actually being used to pick something in particular. You can see the pot there. Why the whole world is looking at this? Even the day that they are putting Mohbad there, the whole world is looking at that. But nobody, absolutely nobody, can raise alarm. But funny enough, God raised the alarm.
Anything now.
God raised the alarm. Now, a sum of approximately 900k out of the 2 million is with Darusha to date. And out of it, we discovered that Darusha claims he sent a sum of 1 million naira to Baba Mohbad with instruction. What was the instruction? The instruction is that this money is basically meant to bury Mohbad.
This is now from Nigeria, like or going to 8 hours. You went straight home. You didn't even bother to return the client's call. And you didn't even bother to say, okay, let me go straight down to the client's house to check on what they were calling me for. You went straight to your house. You took your shower. You slept. You even snore. I'm very sure she snored while she was sleeping. and you woke up the following morning. You didn't even wake up very early as possible, maybe around 5 or 4 o'clock. So to go and attend to the emergency you were called for, you had to go around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So there was no nurse. And how come will you say a nurse came to treat your husband and we didn't even see the face of the nurse? Is this nurse a ghost? Because I don't get it. Nigeria, my country. In that aspect, the police already compromised. In fact, the government, they are involved. My own point. Then the second part is, even if there is a nurse, according to their script, the nurse you called to attend to your husband on an emergency, she came there and she knew you as the wife. She knew the Mo's brother, Adura. She knew the PA. Was she there for an introduction? As in, you called the nurse to come and treat your husband. She introduction ben okay, talele. She was you are the one introducing yourself to her as okay, meaning yawo, abure lele you. Emergency, someone that is let me say is in coma, on fight for life, you got to know the wife, you got to know listen to what the mom said. The mom said PA one be ọ̀rẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀, àbúrò ẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀.
Best way that they pour water 246. I don't know if they are
This is
talking
not
to a
good.
baby.
This is not good. Mohbad does not deserve the Mohbad does not deserve this. Mohbad does not deserve this.
On an emergency o mọ PA. Báwo ló ṣe mọ PA? Báwo ló ṣe mọ pé PA ni? Do you think we are dumb? Báwo ló ṣe mọ pé PA ni on an emergency? And okay, she later administered the drugs. Okay, but Odebe, according to them, they said Odebe, maybe she needed 1 or 2 things. She went with DJ Bami to get the syringe or whatever that she needs to treat Mohbad. And when she came back, she found out they were pouring him water. She said that Emma Domis Lara, and the wife was like, fine. It's now happened that okay, maybe due to the drug she later administered to your own husband, are you not supposed to tear the nurse into pieces? As in, tear her into pieces. You can't even raise an alarm. You understand what I'm saying? So, and you left the nurse to go. And I'm trying to walk to the time something. No, the nurse came around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And told Mama Mohbad around after 3 or after 4. The father arrived there around 7. Why can't you hold the doors down before the father came? Why did you go ahead and tell the father that hello?
Why did you allow the nurse to go in the first place?
That's what I'm saying. Why can't you hold the nurse down? Instead of saying hello, according to
and now rush him to the hospital, brought him dead. You people now brought him back home. You now brought the dead back home.
And you claimed you took him to the hospital, and they told you in the hospital that it was BID. And you were advised, according to the hospital's report, they were advised to drop him at the morgue. You took him back home. So which means you wanted to bury this guy without the conscience of his parents, to declare him missing later. Abi, that was their intention. You now took him back home to embalm him in the local way.
See, yeah. At that junction, yeah, it is not that they wanted to bury him without the consent of the father or the mother. It is that they wanted to bury him without the consent of the father, because the mother already knows what is going on, because the mother was in that house on Monday.
Yes.
The mother knew what happened. She knew something already happened on Monday. Yeah, and they conveyed her back from there, from Island to Ikorodu. But where I don't get it now, where I'm still thinking is that, was it that same Monday that they returned her back to Ikorodu or Tuesday morning? Because your mother already knew what happened. Because if she had not seen Mohbad's body, on Monday, why is it that when she got there on Tuesday, she did not enter? It means she has seen, she is satisfied with whatever it says that she has seen, then that is the reason why she did not enter. Who is supposed to enter and go and shake the boy on the floor, whether he's going to stand up, wherever it is that it was, you understand? Meaning this woman was actually in that house on Monday. She knew what happened. She was part of this conspiracy. She was part of those that, in fact, she was part of those that gave the instruction for the embalmment. Now, if you are asking who instructed Darosa to embalm, then you are going to say that it is Mohbad's mom. Mohbad's mom is actually one of those who actually instructed Darosa to embalm the body. But they cannot come out to tell us.
I don't want you to forget a part, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, please. I want you to remember that Mohbad said, Wunmi has begged me, and I have told her I have forgiven her. She said in her statement, he begged me, and I said I forgive her. What does she beg her for?
Okay, now.
By saying that word, we need to look into that as well.
Now, what did she beg her for? Why are you forgiving someone? Now, these people are fingering my brain, These people want to make my head go tinny-tanana, but God passed them, and God will not allow them to finger my brain. Mohbad's mom already knew. Mohbad's mom is part of the conspiracy. She can never say she did not see Mohbad on Monday lying down there. She can never deny the fact that there was no blood. She can never deny that she was not part of those who gave the instruction that the body should be embalmed, because they cannot just go ahead and do that without the consent of a certain person. Please don't call me now. It's not the time to call me.
6 years. Nyasho, why one mama Mohbad? 6 years.
Now I'm coming. So that is to say this, that they wanted to actually, bury Mo. Not without the consent of the parents, no. They wanted to do it without the consent of the father, so that when the guy, when Mohbad's father comes up, they will tell Mohbad's father that because it is evil in Yoruba land for a father to see the dead body of the son, that is the reason why we have gone ahead to bury the boy, so that nothing will be. There won't be any. They won't be able to suspect anything.
100 of Baba Mohbad alone can never exhume Mohbad's body again. 100 of him alone can never.
That is it. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. Oh my goodness. Mohbad never. He doesn't deserve any of this thing. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh.
Good day, guys.
Somebody put water on my head, please.
Hello.
Oh God. Expander,
please hold on. OS Yas needs to say something. He has been commenting since.
Okay, we are supposed to go to Mr. Andy. Mr. Andy is supposed to talk now. But Mr. Andy, I'm sorry. Please borrow us some couple of minutes. Let's quickly hear OS Inyas. Jesus, oh God.
Just 2-3 minutes, please.
God will not forgive them. God will not forgive these people.
Sorry, just 2-3 minutes. Because this, the description or the analysis so far, we have not been able to bring out the aspect of the blood. Out of this analysis, one, they said, okay, he fainted and they were pouring water. They didn't mention blood there. So at what point was this pool of blood that the father saw? So to me, it's as if the nurse actually came to bind that wound after the bleeding, to bind the wound. If you look at the garment that was worn on Mohbad the day he was buried, look underneath that garment. It's quite transparent. You will see there is a plaster somewhere in the ribs. the right hand rib. I think that is where the blood issue, and that is probably what the nurse had come to bind. So we need to look into that, because the nurse never mentioned that there was bleeding. So where is the bleeding from? We need to know.
Police said he bled profusely, and the bleeding that police was giving us the details was a different bleeding. Now this bleeding is the house bleeding, because there's nothing like bleeding from the show.
Yes.
The car was not stained.
Yes.
The car was not stained.
Look at that place, the right hand side, underneath that cloth, you will see that there is something there, like a bandage, and you look at it. Yes, if you can point at that place, there is a bandage underneath that garment. And remember, the show that this boy went to, the last show he went to, he offed his clothes and there was no bandage on his body.
The clothes Mohbad wore that day, we need that clothes.
Can we see this?
No,
Can we see this?
I think, yes, that point. There is something underneath. That means there is a wound on his body. But when he sang at that show, I think he offed his shirt and there was no bandage on his body. There was no mark on his body when he was singing. So at what point did they have to put this bandage on him? And that is where we get the source of the blood. That is, this place, I think this place is close to the heart. So definitely if they puncture something there, you have your blood gushing out. It's different from the hand or the arm. The blood flow from the arm is not as much as when you puncture this kind of place. So I think we need to look into it properly. That's where I want to point our attention to.
Okay, now thank you so much, OS. Yes, now, Mr. Andy, you're gonna come up now, but where OS, just like I pointed out, you see, I'm coming. Yeah, look at it here. This place, this particular place, this place. Who is the nurse? Provide the nurse at the inquest. That is what we want. Provide the nurse at the inquest. Can you see this? Someone who can buy a house of 170 million naira. Yeah?
So let me If you look at the position of the coffin when the body was exhumed, there are two main locations where the blood, stayed, and one location is close to the neck that was bent. In the direction of the neck that was bent, we had that black, clot of blood there. But in the middle, which is close to this chest region, there's another group of set of blood.
Sewalin, wait. Sewalin, please, Sewalin stores, please. Please, this point is not the point you make some nonsense comment in this place. This is not the time for you to make one nonsense comment in this place. If you know that whatever it is, please, I don't curse. But if you know that you cannot make a good comment in this place, why would you say you didn't buy a house? What's wrong with you?
We will still talk about that. Karimon's interview on Daddy Freeze. Karimon in herself.
Be careful.
Belongs to Mohbad.
Be careful.
Herself. An idiot.
Be careful. Please don't get me. I don't curse. I don't abuse. I don't swear. Me okay, beg for you. Please. How can you?
I'm begging for you.
See. If
anyone want to come
No problem. See, because we are talking about something that is very important now. You are coming in now, you are thinking, okay, no problem. Oma beg you, Oma Tyler Shewari, Mr. Andy, let's have it. You think it's this thing, you think it's a child thing that we are doing here. Oma Tyler She, you think it's a child play that we are doing in this place. Oma Tyler She, me, I'm not part of this. That is why I keep my mouth shut.
Oh my God, here.
Mr. Andy, let's have you. Thank you so much, sir.
Can you allow Big God to speak? Big God.
Okay, be good. Let's have you. Thank you so much, Mr. Andy. Thank you for that.
Yeah, what I want to say about the nurse is that one thing I believe there is a nurse in this whole scenario. Then another thing is that if you are saying that, how did she know the name of the people? It is possible. It is possible in the sense that she was there in that house that day. She must have had so many names. Then after the incident, she was not called. people have been saying so many things. They talk about Darusha, they talk about so from that particular end, she can be able to know who is who because she's been hearing stories. That one is sure she can be able to do any needs. But the thing is that they still need to figure out from the nurse who exactly is she injected. Because she needs to confirm it. If it is Mohbad or someone else, according to how they are saying that, okay, the person she gave the injection to was fair, or the person is dark or fair. She needs to confirm that. Then another thing is that how many syringe did she use on Mohbad? How many was found in that house? If it is more than what what she used, definitely that is something. Some things have been administered on him before the arrival of the nurse. They need to confirm it. How many syringes were found in that house and in that scene? How many syringes did the nurse give to Mohbad? They need to confirm that as well. Then there's something I think when that issue of the nurse happened, there was somewhere I went then. So a lady was saying something like, that nurse, the nurse was she's a sister. Yes, a sister to a younger sister. I think I'll try to see that person to know if I can still remember the person that said that nurse she's a small girl that she's a friend to her younger sister or something like that. I said, really? She now said yes. I said I just had it on the program that I don't know whether it is true. Said yes, she knows the girl. So that means there is a nurse. There is a nurse, but they still need to find out what really happened from that nurse, because if they said Spendy called her, according to them, they were saying, according to the police, they said Spendy gave them the number. Then now the mother says Spendy called her. Spendy gave her the number. They gave them the number to call her. Spendy called her. There's a mixed up there. And another thing I could see as not mixed up is that they might be calling the person, they might be attending to referring to the person that called her as Spendy, since it's Spendy that gave them the number. Then Spendy said he saw Mohbad on Monday night. I wouldn't dispute it because I'm not there. But the main thing is that they need to get the facts from him. If he really saw Mohbad that night or not, then he should clarify for us if Mama Mohbad was in that house on Monday. If he was around in that house, if he ever seen, yes.
Establish your point.
He should be able, if he was in that house, he should be able to tell us if Mama Mohbad came to that house really or not, or if he was not around. Then we know that maybe probably she might have been there when Spendy was not around. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything is just too interwoven. Then the main point to me is that no matter how far we've gone with this case, the main point to me is still that Wunmi is in the best position to tell us what happened, because she is the wife of that person. And you can't tell me a nurse came into your home to treat your husband. A nurse you didn't know, that you know nothing of, will come and be administering to your husband. You won't be there. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense to me at all. Somebody you don't know. So you are just saying it is when you had him shouting, yeah, remove it. That was when you get into the scene. It doesn't make sense to me at all. It doesn't make sense. So she's still the person that needs to tell us what really happened, because she's in charge. If you're husband and wife, you have people living with you. If your husband is not at home, you should be in charge of the home. That's why the fact that Adura is staying there doesn't even have any meaning to me, because she is the wife. She has the control of that house. So no matter what is going on that moment, she's the person that will be in charge of everything. Even if they are saying they want to give him this, she will be the one to say, okay, go ahead or not. So she can't tell me she's cooking in the kitchen. That food she's cooking, who is going to eat it? Is it the person that saying this is severe pain? Then
bring out the nuts. That's the hashtag bring out.
Saying a man is in severe pain, is in agony. Someone that bled profusely, they said he bled profusely on Sunday to home. Then you call the nurse. The nurse is not around. She was not in Nigeria. She